I didn't even have a gavel. That was
Your voice is commanding.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the regular meeting of the City of Charlestown Board of Public Works. Today's February 4th, 2025, and it is 9 a.m. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, if you would please join.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Let the record show that all members are present, as well as Mayor Hodges and our Deputy Clerk Treasurer Lacey Gimmons, as well as our City Attorney Craig McCall, and the meeting is being live streamed by Underproduction Multimedia. We have an agenda that's been provided. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Ernie Thompson, second by Maggie Wild. I have one addition to that agenda, item L. I can't believe we're that far in the alphabet. Item L will be the planning and zoning ordinance update, and I have that information to give to you. So with that amendment, entertain a motion, the motion, call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous. Standing business includes the approval or correction of our meeting minutes from January 21st, current claims, and our payroll allowance from January 13th to January 26th. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild,
Second.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That was unanimous. Don't believe I have anyone signed up for public comment. I think everybody's here for different business. No old business, straight into a long list of new business. First up, we have employee recognition. We've been kind of systematically working through some employees that have reached significant milestones in their service with the City of Charlestown, and today it is an honor to get to recognize yet another one. Albert Tubby Purcell. We call him Tubby. Some people call him Blubby, Tony, Stubby. I mean, I don't know. His name gets abused by just about everyone when they meet him. But Tubby is all around our go-to fixer. We recently moved him over 100% to building inspection and code enforcement, and he's absolutely doing a phenomenal job in that department, helping keep the city clean, helping property owners find solutions for challenges of their properties, and inspecting our new construction. So we are extremely proud to have Tubby. Tubby's not just an employee of the city for the last 10 years. Tubby's given even longer than that to the Charlestown Police Department as a reserve officer for 26 years.
Maybe 26.
26
He
years.
lost track.
Yeah, we stopped counting a while back.
Tubby can't count that.
We absolutely are fortunate to have Tubby, because let me tell you, when there's a storm, whether it's a windstorm or an ice storm or a snowstorm or whatever, he is one of the first ones to respond. You'll see him driving through the city after dark. You'll see his truck here before daylight. He's one of the first ones here in the morning and the last ones to leave. And so, Tubby, we appreciate you, and I hope you know that. And even when we clean your desk when you're gone, or move your stuff around, we're always glad to have you when you're back. And so it is an honor to give you this certificate and this challenge point on behalf of the City of Charlestown. 10 years.
They're supposed to be retiring.
Smile for the camera.
Just smile, show.
Mom, Tubby.
I am.
Congratulations.
I couldn't
Oh,
say.
wait.
Parker gave me another one. It's supposed to go off.
Damn it. I thought about it too.
And his phone did not ring that entire time. Let me just point that out. There's never been a meeting where Tubby's phone hasn't gone off, so.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Maggie says it's not over yet. It's because he's just all around the fix-it guy, so everybody's calling on him. All right, and I will call for our Chief of Police, Eric Cruz. We have a new swearing in to do today along with some other business. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
My chief, long time no see.
Just as much.
Yeah,
Alright. Ernie is done giving him the lecture this morning.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
I'm done.
That's been taken care of.
I'll have to undo that.
I told him to read the fine print.
Well, this
Brian
morning.
Gilbert can't read his because he pulls me over all the
Yeah.
time.
There's an easy way to avoid that, right?
Drive like the mayor.
You just called me out.
No.
Hey, you're gonna be good.
But hey, that's a good thing.
It's a good thing, yeah.
Good thing. Go to speed bump. Mr. Holmes, are you gonna come up here with us? So this is Mr. Bradley Holmes. I'm not sure if everybody's got a chance to meet him yet. But he's been going through the process for quite a long time now. And we're finally getting him in here. But he's passed the fitness test, written test, background. He's done everything a full-time would have to do in order to get a job here. And we've met with Bradley a couple of times, and we believe that he would be an amazing fit with our department and our culture and our family we've got going here. So we would like to swear him in as our newest reserve officer.
Do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Bernie Thompson,
I'll second.
second by Maggie Wild. Any questions for Chief on that?
I got a lot for him, but not here.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous. So you're sworn in.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wait a
Wait a
minute.
minute, you're not official yet.
You gotta read that fine
We got
print.
the
Fine print, I told you about it. Yeah.
All right, you're gonna raise your right hand and you're gonna repeat after me. I, Bradley Holmes,
I, Bradley
do
Holmes,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution
of the State of
and laws
Indiana
of the State of Indiana
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign or domestic,
foreign or domestic,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and justly
and justly
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of a reserve officer
of a reserve
of
officer
the Charlestown Police Department
of the Charlestown Police Department
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my abilities.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Now, congratulations. Put this sign for you and then.
You're gonna get it for the morning's over. Hope you got your bulletproof vest on.
I'm gonna run home after this.
This is yours to keep, just if you sign it, it'll be kind of slick, so smudge it.
Okay.
Congratulations,
Thank
it's
you.
good to have you.
Mayor, can we give him that?
Sorry. Stand a little.
1, 2, 3.
Chuck always has to be like, congratulations. Always a good day when we get to swear a new person. All right, and now you want us to spend money.
Yes, please. Well, this year we started getting quotes on our newest canine vehicle. The current canine vehicle that Sergeant Aubrey's in right now, it's getting up there in age, 5-6 years old, 100,000 miles or so. It's breaking down a lot, and we really don't want that to be breaking down with her dog in the car. So we reached out to John Jones, Bachman, and Coyle, and we've got a ton of quotes. We all sent them the same request as what we're looking for, something to be suitable for a canine vehicle, really good running vehicle and so forth like that. So of all the quotes that we got, my recommendation would be to go with the John Jones 2025 Dodge Durango for $42,181.50. That was the cheapest quote we received. That would be perfect for a canine vehicle and be able to house her kennel for the dog. So that would be my recommendation. Other agencies have used John Jones and they're very well liked around here. So I think this would be probably one of our first times for the police department using John Jones for a police car.
So Chief has prepared a recommendation memo and has all of the quotes listed. We will of course document those in a minute. I'll give that recommendation or the memo to the clerk treasurer's office to document, but the recommended bid is for the 2025 Dodge Durango Police K-9 unit, amount $42,181.50. Just need a motion to approve.
Make that motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild,
I'll second.
second Bernie Thompson. I just have one question. You have confirmed that the funding for this is available with our clerk treasurer, correct?
Yes.
All right, knowing that the funding is in place, and we have a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that was unanimous.
Thank you.
Hopefully it won't take, now this one's in stock, so.
In stock on the lot, ready to go.
Yeah, oh,
Yep.
you have that? Yeah, you got it.
That was one of the biggest things that I'm starting to look for is things that are in stock and don't have to be built and wait 2 years to be done.
Exactly,
So,
that was a big challenge last time. All right, thank you,
now I'm
Chief.
done, Ernie.
All right.
I appreciate it. I'll see you next meeting.
Yeah.
All right, Next up, straight into some other contract business. It's time to renew our contract for our live streaming services with Under Production Multimedia. It's essentially the same contract as before. Perry,
Yes,
you're good
they,
with this?
they were all sent in a
Yep.
email and I looked at all of them.
Okay, perfect. So, it's $175 for the live streaming per video, and then also this includes our annual Christmas animated light show. That's $8,500. It paid for out of our edit technology fund. So, need a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ernie Thompson,
I'll second.
second by Maggie Wild. Any questions on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous.
Gonna have to tell Charles he needs to be here.
We got the number 2 guy here.
Number 2.
Pretty good. Does all of our sound service and stuff too, so highly recommend. All right, Parks Department. Carrie Basham, I almost said Carrie Prince. Carrie Basham. I know, throwback, right?
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, I'm gonna be here for a minute. I got quite a bit. So the first one that I have, let me make sure I'm going in order for you here, is our Major League Baseball clinic that we done. I think that we're going on our 3rd year now. This year is a little bit different for us. We don't have a sponsor. We're still searching for one, but we still have the funds if we can't. We're gonna take it out of our summer entertainment. The cost for that is $3,000. They bring about 9 Major League Baseball players up here, do a clinic for kids. We have about 250 kids that come. And that'll be on April 12th from 10 to 1 at the Charlestown Little League. And I have their contract, their insurance waiver, and their W-9.
All right, we've done this. It's been a pretty good, successful event. If anybody's listening and wants to sponsor, you get your name on a local slugger
You
bag.
can go ahead and email parks@cityofcharlestown.com.
He was ready.
All right, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild,
I'll second that.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous.
I think Tubby ought to sponsor that.
I tried to. I said, I do for some
I
cabinets.
think
He just
Tubby
will not.
should. Tony ought to kick in too.
Tony's got too many grandkids.
All right.
The next one we have is our science camp. We're going on the 3rd year for this as well.
Hold on. I want to make sure that we're staying on with the agenda, so just pause and we'll go ahead and do the paint, because she doesn't want to do that because
I don't have a copy of that.
so the Arts Enrichment paint it. So we've been working, using staff primarily to do some updates on the Arts Enrichment Center. Kind of born out of necessity, we had a water leak in one of the bathrooms that had to be repaired, and as we were repairing it, Carrie had some funds in property improvement and also for her revenue fund. So we actually went ahead and renovated both bathrooms over there, and they're actually working on the 3rd bathroom, the handicap accessible bathroom now, and actually improving access to it by putting a doorway on the main hall and repositioning the sink so that it is truly an accessible bathroom. So they're working on that. While we were at it, we got with our the person who has painted City Hall and the Family Activities Park for a quote on painting the entire building, and he gave us a quote of $18,207 for the entire building. And so this is
That's also
Lazaro.
repairs too.
Yeah, and he's also making repairs in the roof where things are damaged. So we, again, have funding for this we'll either pay for it out of revenue fund or one of the property improvement funds. And it just needed a motion and a vote to authorize that, to move that forward. It'll take about 4 weeks after.
Yeah, they start on February 18th once it's approved today.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild,
I'll second.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's unanimous. Okay, now you can move on to something.
We're doing science camp. We partner with Daniel Dietrich from the elementary school up at Jonathan Jennings. We've done this for about 3 years. This camp is still going to kind of run the same as last year, but just our dates have changed. So he does a mini camp on May 26th through the 30th over at our Family Activities Park. And then he does another week on June 9th through the 13th, and it's a full day camp. The way that this works is we'll do sign-ups, we'll collect the money, and then once we get the funds, then we cut him a check for the camp. Same thing, I have his contract, W-9, and insurance waiver.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ernie Thompson,
I'll second.
second by Maggie Wild. Any questions? It's been successful. He's still.
Yeah, he always sells out on his camps.
Great. right, all in favor say aye. Aye. That's unanimous.
I know this seems really soon for this one, but I gotta lock him in. So this is the Grinch for 2025 for Christmas. Same thing, we're going, I think, is this our third year, I believe, for the Grinch? We have a contract for him, an insurance waiver in W-9. It's the same as we did last year, just the dates have changed. He will be with us 8 days this year for us, and including our reindeer event down in Greenway Park. He charges $500 a night. This will wind up coming out of our revenue fund for a grand total of $4,000 for the season.
Do we have a motion on the Grinch contract?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild,
I'll second.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That is unanimous. You can do the contracts together for the musicians.
For the Blue Globe. Yeah, I have 2 contracts, one for the Rigsby and one for the Blind Corn Liquor Pickers.
Say that 5 times.
This will be for Bowling Glow on June 28th over at the Charlestown Little League where we do everything. The Rigby's is for $1,800, and then the Blind Corn Liquor Pickers, they'll be for $1,500. I have their contract, insurance waivers, and W-9.
And we pay for that, we pay for that out of the beautification fund
Yeah.
sponsorship, so we do seek sponsorships for, our large festivals and events.
Did you put out an ad for a blind?
know
Robbie
what?
Davidson gets them for us, and it's crazy.
Credit to Robbie Davidson, he
Well,
brings
now-
awesome
now I understand.
fans every year. And tries to find new and adventurous ones. I remember when we did Dangerous Ally, just the name, I was like, really great,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And then the Rigby's are quite popular as well.
Yeah, the Blind Corn Liquor Pickers, it's actually 2 brothers. They just basically sit on little water stools, and they're really good though. We looked them up.
If Robbie picked them, that'd be good.
Yep.
Yeah, I got faith in Robbie. They're-
All right. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion for
I'll
Ernie Thompson.
second.
Second by Maggie Wild. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
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 All right,
Ernie, are
thank
you
you.
an aye?
All right.
All right, there we go. Now it's unanimous.
I was still
He
sitting
was
here
sitting there
thinking
imagining the
about,
music
how
for a
is 2
second.
blind corn liquor pickers gonna play music? You know, what I'm really thinking about.
All right.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
I gotta go home.
So we renovated City Hall, what, about 2 years ago? something?
No, 3 years. Everything's 3 years.
3 years ago?
Yeah, that's what you're.
So it's time to clean the carpet, just regular routine carpet cleaning throughout the entire building. And I had Randy get a couple of quotes. We had one from Sunnyside Carpet Cleaning for $600 for the whole building, and then one from, what is this? Stanley Steamer, thank you, for $700. So it's staff recommendation that we go with the lower amount there, the $600. That'd be for top floor and this floor, throughout the whole building. So just need a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ernie Thompson,
I'll second.
second by Maggie Wild. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. Randy will follow up with them and let them know that we approved it. Sound and stage, speaking of festivals, Founder's Day and Community Days. We did go ahead and put out a request for quotes on providing our sound and stage services for both our big festivals, Founder's Day and Community Days. We put out with Underproduction Multimedia, Kentucky Indiana Productions, and Sounds Unlimited Productions. Underproduction did not submit a bid. Sounds Unlimited submitted for I don't want to get that wrong. Submitted for Community Days for $10,195 and Founders Day for $8,645. And Kentucky Indiana Productions submitted for both at $5,000 each. I did confirm this includes the rental of equipment and the labor for sound checks, lighting services, and sound services throughout the entire event. So it's staff recommendation that we go with Kentucky Indiana Productions in the amount of $5,000 each. And again, those are paid for out of revenue funds. So I get a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Maggie Wild,
I'll say.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That is unanimous. And then the last thing was item L that I added. We received, so it's time to update our comprehensive plan and zoning ordinance. We do this every few years. The last time it was done was 2016, so it's been almost 10 years and it's time to start that process. The redevelopment commission will be considering at their meeting, the portion of this that is the comprehensive plan. That portion is $46,500 from, we got our quote from Taylor Seeker and Williams because they did our last comprehensive plan and zoning update. And there's a portion for zoning ordinances that includes extensive ordinance review, drafting of the ordinance, and then putting together the final ordinance in the amount of $50,200. I can't tell you how critical it is that we do this on a regular basis. There are some things that we need to clean up from our zoning code. For the most part, we want to look at the downtown historic district. Right now, it runs all the way from Highway 62 to the hospital along Highway 3. And our consultants and businesses are saying that's really too much. Plus, our building commissioner can attest, there have been multiple variances that have had to be given with construction happening through there. And when you have that many variances, it means you need to revise your zoning code. So it's time to do that. There are also some things that we need to put in this. We've been talking with Barry McCall about the need to look at streets and parking on streets. And there are some streets where parking on one side only should be happening because it makes it very difficult when they're parking on both sides for emergency apparatus to access snowplows, garbage trucks. So we need to, and that will be rolled into this, and also street lighting. That's another thing that we don't have an ordinance on where we need to address which areas. In general, neighborhoods tend to have, if they have an HOA, they do their own street lighting. We get a lot of requests for putting up street lighting, and usually it's on the homeowner, but there are some areas in the kind of downtown corridor where the city has provided street lighting. We have a very limited amount of budget for the electricity on that, so we need to kind of codify that and have that documented as a part of the zoning ordinance. So it's been my recommendation that we move ahead and fund the zoning ordinance portion and let the redevelopment commission handle the comprehensive plan. I talked it over with Tony Jackson, and there are funds available in his revenue fund from permits and fees and all of that to cover all, or at least a large portion of this. I'm going to try to only commit $30,000 out of his and try to find the 20 somewhere else, but if it comes down to it, he can cover that whole cost. So I would need your approval to move forward with having Taylor Seeker Williams start that zoning revision.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Arby Thompson,
I'll second.
second by Maggie Wild. Any questions for me or Tony's here if you have any for him? Good, all right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous. That is it. Perry, you got anything we need to worry about?
No.
That's fantastic. That's ending on a high note. Let's get a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion.
Arnie Thompson makes a motion to adjourn. Maggie Wild seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
I'll sit here and think about it.